Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for October. Hope you are well. I am going to take a second to remind everybody that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Scorpio out there, so guys, just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse in a general reading, so if it's resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, Scorpio, don't force yourself into a reading that's just not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Scorpio? Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, you are starting out with the Initiate of Cups. That's the Queen of Cups in the reverse. You have the Chariot, and you have the Nine of Swords. Some of you could be traveling right now, or in the next week or so. But what I'm seeing here is that your heart, you may have had a heartbreak here. Your heart is a little bit closed off. You're withholding your emotions and your feelings. I feel like you're trying to move forward. But when you're at home or it's nighttime, when you're not like out with friends or out doing things or at work, it's at nighttime in particular, I feel like there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry. Yeah, it gets more difficult for you, but you're trying to move on from something here, a disappointment in love. Yeah, there's been a disappointment. Let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Scorpio's energy. All right, the person in your energy, we have the Elemental of Swords. That's the Page of Swords. It's in the reverse. We have the Ace of Swords reversed and the Initiate of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. So you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. I do feel like this is somebody that you're not talking with right now. This person, you may feel this person wasn't being very honest, but their energy is showing that they are. I just feel like this person isn't really in communication with you right now. There's a lack of clarity that this person has with regard to the connection between the two of you. And with the Initiate of Swords here, this is somebody who is open to conversation, but I feel like they're very guarded and they have very strong boundaries right now. I also have to mention that this is somebody who is protected by their ancestors. Yeah, so let me see the energy between Scorpio and this person. Show me the energy between Scorpio and this person. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. You're both thinking about one another. There's a lack of communication, but you're both thinking about each other. There's a lot of anxiety here. A lot of indecision and not really knowing what to do. Let me see what's affecting the connection. Let's try that again. Show me what's affecting the connection between Scorpio and this person. The Hermit, that lack of communication. Because you're both overthinking the situation, Scorpio, but you're both trying to come up with some sort of solution, some sort of, answer here. I feel like you're trying to move forward from this person, though. There may be other people who are watching you that are outside of this situation. Let me see, but I definitely see a lack of communication. Let me see the outcome. A lot of anxiety, a lot of not talking, a lot of non-communication here. Show me the outcome between Scorpio and this person. You could be dealing with a Virgo. The Nine of Cups. So you're going to get some kind of wish fulfillment here. So that's positive. Yeah, let's clarify these cards and see how we get there. Bottom of the deck is the Lovers. Now, this is underlying energy. You could be dealing with a soulmate here. But this indicates that there is some sort of a big decision with regard to love. And that's underlying all of this. So let's look at this. Spirit, why is the Queen of Cups in reverse for Scorpio? Queen of Wands and the Two of Cups. So with the Queen of Wands here, I do feel like you're taking action. You may have been the one who ended this connection. Yeah, I feel like you may have been the one who ended this connection, trying to move forward. I also feel like you could be in some sort of a leadership role. So what this is showing me, Scorpio, is that you're a very attractive person. You have a dynamic energy to you, and it's showing me that people like to be around you. You actually have this little bit of a glow up going on as well, but people enjoy being around you. You have a very passionate nature here. You're a go-getter. You're somebody who, you know, gets things done, and people like to be near you, to be around you. They find you attractive, and I feel like you have a very charismatic energy here, but you haven't been feeling yourself lately. And I feel like there's feelings that you have that you're holding back. Let me see why the Chariot is here. Six of Swords reversed and the Ten of Coins reversed. You may not feel like you have the support of close friends or family, but I am feeling like you're feeling a little stuck. So that's what I was saying. You're trying to move forward here, but I feel like there's some stuck energy, and that's what leads to the anxiety that you're feeling. You're almost trapped in your own mind sometimes thinking about this person in this situation. I definitely feel like you feel that there's been a great loss here. So you're definitely going over this a lot in your head. Why is the Nine of Swords here? You're showing up with a very single energy, solitary energy, strong, independent, well-balanced, but it's when you come home or you're by yourself. It's in those moments, I call them the moments between the moments. Like you're going along, everything is fine, you're moving through life, and then all of a sudden it just crashes in on you. So it's a transitionary period. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. I do feel like nighttime is hard for you. You could even be losing sleep. But during the day, you're like in charge of your life. So the Nine of Pentacles is like the Empress in the lower arcana, and the lesser arcana. And so I do feel like you're strong, you're independent, you're single. I feel like it was your choice to create this ending. And I feel like you're trying to move forward, but you are having a little bit of a difficult time. So let me see this person's energy. You may have a lot of people asking things of you or wanting things from you as well. Let me see this person's energy, the person who's in Scorpio's energy. The World in reverse and the Three of, yeah, this person's been heartbroken. The Three of Swords reversed. So this ending broke their heart, and they don't feel like things are over between the two of you. I do feel like this is somebody who has been very hurt, but they're healing. They are healing. So I feel like there's a lack of communication. They may feel like that there was some dishonesty between the two of you. They wonder about that. Why is the Ace of Swords in the reverse? All right, we have the Page of Pentacles and we have the Five of Swords. Okay, so they don't know if you're with someone else. They don't know if there's somebody new. I do see there was conflict here. This conflict led to, you know, the ending. The conflict also led to the silence between the two of you. I feel like this is somebody who wants to fight for this connection, but they don't know if you're with someone else. They lack clarity if there's someone new in your energy. Now, I'm showing you as being, you know, single here, but that doesn't mean that there's not somebody new in your energy, because you do have this choice in love here. So let's see, why is the Initiate of Swords here? You could be dealing with a Libra. All right, so we have the Hermit in reverse. Now, what's affecting the connection is the Hermit in the upright. So this person wants to talk to you. Yeah. And then they have Justice in the reverse. So they want to talk to you, but they want to tell you that they feel like you did not treat them right. See, this person feels like there's somebody new in your energy. And they feel like you didn't treat them properly. And for some of you, there may have been, because with the Six of Pentacles here, you may have had a little bit of overlap with somebody new and this person, because you definitely have a choice. Sometimes this choice with the Lovers can be a choice between two. Other times it's just a really big decision about love. So I do feel like this person wants to talk to you. They're very guarded. They have their boundaries are up, and it's because they feel like they've been treated badly in the situation. So let me see the energy between Scorpio and this person. Why is the Eight of Swords here? Oh yeah, they feel like you lied to them. The Hierophant, Taurus energy. Knight of Swords reverse. The Hierophant is also in the reverse. So yeah, they feel like the connection between the two of you ended because there was somebody new. Queen of Wands in your energy can also indicate a third party for somebody out there. But I definitely feel like, you know, you're the one who chose to end the connection. They feel like you were not honest with them, and it broke their heart. They're healing from that, and they feel like things are not completely over between the two of you. This is why they want to talk. There is currently, though, like I said, it looks like there's no communication. Let me see why the Hermit is here. Because they want to reverse that. They want to talk to you. Nine of Cups reversed, and the Ten of Cups reversed. Yeah, they weren't happy that the two of you weren't talking. And, you know, things didn't really go down between the two of you the way you wanted them to either. I do feel like there was conflict here. I do feel like you've tried to move forward. Some of you have physically moved. You may have moved out of a family home or a home. I don't know. Some of you may have physically moved. Definitely there's been movement emotionally. But I do feel like you miss this person. There is a sense of loss here. There's a sense of things not really going the way you wanted them to with this ending. So there was definitely some drama here. This person was very upset, and I can see that they're very unhappy now, especially when they think about if you're with somebody else. They don't know. They don't have any clarity. But I do feel that this person wants to fight for this connection. So let's see the Nine of Cups. Show me the outcome for Scorpio and this person. Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Currently, you have it in the upright. The Tower and the Empress in the reverse. So again, I'm seeing Taurus, Libra energy. So I do feel like you're going to both come out of this sense of overthinking, feeling trapped in your thoughts. Now, unfortunately, it could lead to some sort of a tower moment for you, okay? Because I do feel like something is going to happen here at the end of the month or end of the week that's going to cause a tower moment for you. But at the same time, it's going to take you out of this energy where you're overthinking everything. It's almost like you're freeing yourself. So I feel like you felt in some way, Scorpio, that you were trapped in this situation. It didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. And I feel like you just want to be done with it. You want to be free of all of that. There's a lot of guilt that I'm seeing here. And so I feel like you're freeing yourself from that. But it's going to come about through some sort of a tower moment here. Now, in their energy, I do feel like this person may contact you. If they don't, they definitely feel like they've come up with some answers. I do feel like they're likely to. For some of you, they're likely to contact you. However, I do feel like this person is going to, you know, have very high boundaries because they were brokenhearted, and they're going to basically say, yeah, you need to go towards whatever's going to make you happy. I'm going to move towards what makes me happy because I don't see how this is ever going to grow. This person feels like they put you on a pedestal at some point, and they, you know, were wrong to do so. That you have fallen off of that pedestal. They feel as if you are not what they thought you were. And I'm not saying that's true. I'm telling you from their perspective. So I do feel like this person may break their silence in some form. And I feel like it's them trying to basically stand up for themselves. Because I see this break between the two of you where there's been this lack of communication. It looks like it happened after some conflict. They don't know if you're with someone else. And so I think they've been soul searching. And I do feel like they're going to break their silence, but they're doing it in order to free themselves and to basically bring closure to the situation. That's going to cause a Tower moment for you. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups. This is underlying energy, and it does indicate that, you know, you're likely dating or going out, possibly just with family and friends. I do feel that, you know, you're trying to move forward and find your own happiness. So let me see who is in, or let's see if any further advice from the oracles for Scorpio. Pulling for Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, let's see what we have. Yeah, we have number 3. And it's called Dreams. So give me a second and I'll read that for you. All right. Pay attention to your dreams. They hold lots of significant insights for you at present. Your dreams may provide you with important details about your current health issues or a creative idea you need to action to make your desires manifest. Dreams can also give you clues about what is challenging you emotionally. Sometimes your loved ones who have passed over or people you have lost touch with connect to you while you sleep and offer valuable messages that can give you peace of mind or the strength to persist through challenging situations. Take note of both the dark and the light aspects of your dreams. In particular, pay attention to any reoccurring dreams, as they often have significant meaning or wisdom that can help you. Yeah, so pay attention to your dreams. It sounds like at the present time, they're going to be very important and help you to navigate these changes that you're going through. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, Scorpio. If you have resonated with this, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you guys in your next reading, Scorpio, know that you are loved, and namaste.